Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Working again on the truck bed for Project 1 Ton, and I picked up a roll pan. I was undecided, bumper or roll pan. I am going roll pan, and it hasn't been an easy fit. So let's check it out. The situation with this pan is fitment. Um, Most people do a seamless fit, where they weld all this in, fiberglass it, body fill it, and it's a smooth filled in pan. I don't want that. I want to be able to take this off if I want to in the future. Should I get rid of this box and get a different box and put a bumper on, whatever, if I change things in the future. So the situation was, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's all these dents in here now. This wasn't 90 to here, and this still isn't 90 to here. So when it came to fitment, the lower arch down here fits here pretty good, but this ledge obstructed the tailgate because it wasn't down far enough. So this is my original screw hole, and you can see I've dropped probably almost a half of an inch. So what I ended up doing is I put a block of wood and a clamp. That's where these marks came from, and physically forced this down to be a little more square. Now what I'll end up doing is pushing this down like that. As you can see, it'll flex a bit, and then I'll be able to put more screws in. So that kind of solved that fitment, but it's also too wide here. See, you follow the gap down here. It's not too bad, and then right here it gets tight. So what I'm going to need to do is put a slit in here up to about where the gap, is decent, and move this lip over so I have a bit of a gap all the way through, and then I'll come up with some kind of a brace to anchor the back to the body here, so this doesn't flop around. Of course, I have to do the same thing over here on the other side. We got a lot tighter fitment here and a little bit of gap here. I can only do what I can with what I've got, because like I said, I think the idea is these are to be welded in and a seamless look, because it doesn't even follow the body line correctly. It's Chinese. Not that I blame the Chinese, but it's just a poorly made piece. But what do you expect for aftermarket? Okay, so I marked this here before I took it off the bed, and I put the blue tape down just as a contrasting color. All right, and then the orange, this edge of the orange will be the cut line. Now I'm kind of hoping you guys can see the detail here. This should be kind of shaped down and inward, like on a curve almost. And you can see the blue tape is like kind of all over the place here, and end up with this big piece sticking out right here. So hoping to take cutting wheel, go from here right down along this orange tape line, and then move this over that width of the cutting wheel and put a couple tack welds on it. Same thing on the other end. We got the same thing going on down here, except the gap needs to start way up here. Okay, and I'm not just trying to take the edge off. I want to have a flex point here. So I'm going to come up as close to the radius as I can, and then come down to here. So this will be my flex point. If I put it way out here and then I go to bend it, well, then there'll be a big kink here per se. And that also gives me the opportunity, I can trim a little more off, break those tacks, trim a little more off, and get it so it fits the way I want it, and then weld it all up, grind it all up, finish off the body work and whatnot. All right, so the fitment is better. This gap's actually closed up a little, and the gap over there is opened up a little, because these holes are elongated. So I was able to move it back and forth a little bit. And by the looks of it, I think, wow, at least one more cutting wheel sliver off each side, and tack it back up, and I'll fit it up again. All right, so the pan has been on and off of this truck several times. I got a couple of little paint chips here to deal with now. But you can see, let's see if I can get you in here. Pretty decent gap now running down there. I'm pretty happy with that. And over here, it's a little tighter on this side, but there is a gap. There is a small gap. You can see, hopefully, if anything, it's tight here, and I'm not sure why. The bed might not be 100% straight. It might be flexing a little, but overall, I think that's pretty good. So I'm gonna move forward, weld these seams up and grind them off, and figure out a way of anchoring these corners underneath. I don't think that's going to be a big issue. There is this bracket brace down in there. I can just bolt on a little something and come over and, you know, anchor to it. I think that's all it needs, is the corners stabilized so it can't flop around. All right, so we're well into stitching these seams back together here. As you can see, very nice. We're on cool down. It's not hot. I can put my hand out. It's not hot. Well, a little cooler than it is before I go through and start again. But I'm going to answer the burning question everybody seems to ask, is when I'm doing this work, do I wear a helmet? Yes, I do. And by the state of this helmet, you can see all the yellow staining. That's from welding, okay? And I don't wear a cheap Harbor Freight or Princess Auto helmet, obviously. You can see by the name on it, this is a Miller helmet, a Miller Elite. And it is the cat's ass of welding helmets as far as I'm concerned. So yes, when I'm welding, 99% of the time, I got this puppy on. All right, so we're all welded up like so. Looks nice. I'm going to hit it now with the flap disc. Slowly, meticulously, trying not to heat it up. Knock it down here, knock it down here, put the radius back on a little bit. Body filler will take care of the rest. Okay, all ground up. Looks pretty nice. Ready for some body fill. You might have noticed I didn't take the paint off the surface when I welded the seam. Hey, didn't need to. This stuff really doesn't cause a whole lot of interference, I've found, or maybe it's just my technique. No holes. Looks nice. Very good. Fit this up one more time, but I will mention that the black paint here, I was able to use it as a guide to keep the grinder level on top of the weld. So I just took the weld off, and I didn't dig into this material on the edges any more than necessary. Okay, as you can see, it's a pretty tight little grind. Okay, let's fit it up one more time. Yeah, one more thing before we fit this up, or I fit this up. For all the naysayers who's like, oh, you ground all the weld off, it's no good, the metal's too thin now. Have a look. Those welds are clean through to the backside, through the crack. We've completely bonded the metal back together. No problems here whatsoever. You can see this seam is never going to separate. I think this is the last fitment as far as this goes. I'm gonna need to get the rest of the anchors in here that came with the kit. This side's pretty good too. And then make them brackets for underneath, and then it's just hammer these down, do some body work, and paint it. All right, so this is what I came up with for an anchor. There's a big flat, I don't know if I'll zoom in on that, a big flat washer there with a quarter bolt. Another flat washer there with a sheet metal screw, a big one. Just a piece of rod. Got everything in here lined up, tacked it in. And I'll show you the one for the other side. It's out here. I already took it off. So that's basically it there. A couple tacks on there. Now I'll weld that up good and solid, but you know, this makes definitely for there's a, you know, a driver side and a passenger side separate. So yeah, it's pretty good. There's rods in here. This is reasonably, actually it's a little bit inset, which is better than it sticking out, I think. I might be able to adjust this gap still a little bit by putting a shim behind here. We'll see. We'll see. But for the most part, yeah, that's fairly well anchored in place. Welded up the braces, grounded them up where they needed ground, fitted them back in. Here's our fitment. It's going to be like that. I did put one in each corner of the appropriate fasteners. In the other holes, I just shot some sheet metal screws because I got to drill them out to put those anchors in anyway. But yeah, so there's our gap out. She's a little tight here. She's open down there. And yeah, and it's on there nice and solid. It's not going to move around. I guess that concludes this video. I'll do a follow-up video on the body and paint. So as always, till the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.